Please welcome President Azure Data, Arun Ulag.
All right. Hey folks, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Arun Ulag. I run all the Azure Data teams here at Microsoft. I'm just so excited to be here because we have tons and tons of exciting announcements and demos today. So let's get started. Now, we all recognize that AI is transforming the world. And if you're in this room, that's no surprise to you. But we also recognize that AI is only as good as the data that it gets to work on. Even the best AI models, if you put garbage in, most likely you're going to get garbage out. So it's become incredibly important for all of us to get our data ready for AI. However, this is a lot harder than it needs to be. And here's why. Because most new applications and workloads you're building today have AI capabilities already. And in this world, the traditional distinctions between SQL databases, NoSQL databases, lakehouses, data warehouses, real-time databases, vector databases, et cetera, we find these distinctions are blurring very quickly as you mix and match a lot of these more capabilities into most of the applications and workloads you're building today. So why should you have to string together so many different products to get to business value? So the message we consistently get from customers is please unify. And here's a quote that I love. I'm the Chief Information Officer. I don't want to be the Chief Integration Officer. Help me translate AI into my competitive advantage. And I hear this message over and over again in different words, but from every customer that I meet with. And with Microsoft Fabric, we're doing just that. With Fabric, we have built an end-to-end data platform that lets you go from raw data to AI or BI value in the hands of your business users. Now, Fabric has a set of core workloads, and these are the boxes that you see here on top. And these core workloads are purpose-built for specific personas like data scientists, data engineers, data warehousing professionals, and BI professionals. But Fabric is not just a bundle of products. We're lucky because here at Microsoft, we've been innovating in the data and AI space for well more than a decade. So we have a complete portfolio of products that we have built from the ground up. Not a mishmash of acquisitions that we've hurriedly cobbled together. And as a result, we have been able to do the deep engineering needed to bring everything together into a single unified platform. So if you work with Fabric, you'll notice that all of these products have a unified experience, they have a unified architecture, and they have a unified business model. Now, Fabric launched just about 2 years ago. And that's when it became generally available. And since GA, the momentum has been staggering. Microsoft Fabric has now over 28,000 customers. These are organizations pretty much in every country and every industry, and that includes over 80% of the Fortune 500. There are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of customer case studies that are available today, so I would encourage you to check it out to see how customers are getting real value to move their business forward with Microsoft Fabric. Now, as excited as I am about our customer traction, we think the opportunity for customers is just so much more. And one example of a product where we have democratized access to insights is Power BI. Power BI today has over 400,000 customers. These are organizations that include over 95% of the Fortune 500, with over 35 million business users who use Power BI every single month. And just like Power BI democratized access to insights, our objective is to simplify and democratize the entire data stack. Because you, our customers, tell us it's just too complex and it's too expensive. And to accelerate Fabric's adoption, we are investing deeply in building out our Fabric ecosystem. We're working with industry-leading ISVs because Fabric is based completely on open standards such as Parquet, Iceberg, and Delta. We want to ensure that everything simply works together. We're working with industry-leading ISVs such as Epic, the world's leading healthcare software provider, or the London Stock Exchange, who's a leader in providing financial services, to build great solutions natively on Fabric. We're also bringing best-of-breed ISVs, such as Esri for geospatial analytics, Lumel for financial planning, and Prophecy for master data management to ensure you have fantastic capabilities to extend Fabric into brand new use cases. We're also investing deeply in our systems integration community. We have over 6,000 SI partners who have already implemented Fabric, and we work very closely with 290 Fabric featured partners. Well, what is a Fabric Featured Partner? Fabric Featured Partners have a deep investment in Fabric, from establishing relationships with the product team to knowing our roadmap, giving us feedback, and staying up to date on our latest certifications. We have over 50,000 individuals who are certified across our partner organizations, and Fabric certifications are the fastest growing in Microsoft history. Now, as excited as I am about the technology, we know it's much more than the technology, it's about the people. And that's why we're investing in growing the Fabric community. We have over 290,000 members of the Fabric community worldwide in 270 different user groups across 67 countries. So no matter where you are, I'd encourage you to sign up for the Fabric community so you can connect with people who are passionate about Fabric and are eager to learn alongside with you. Now let's switch gears and talk to you about some exciting innovations that we're landing today at Microsoft Ignite. And let's start with databases, where we just have tons and tons of exciting announcements to share. Now, you probably know that Microsoft has the most comprehensive portfolio of database products in the market. Everything from SQL Server 2025 to Azure SQL DB, Cosmos DB, PostgreSQL, MySQL, and we just introduced Document DB today. In addition to having fantastic capabilities with a range, fantastic products with a range of capabilities, they're also deeply integrated into Fabric through OneLake, which means that a lot of what Fabric has to offer through a unified data estate applies to our entire database portfolio. With Microsoft databases, you can build once and choose to deploy in any location, at the edge, in any data center of your choice, including other cloud providers, as platform as a service where you get granular control, or as a SaaS database where things are automatically optimized for you. So let's take a closer look of what's new across each of these deployment models. Let's start with the edge. Today, I'm excited to announce the general availability of SQL Server 2025. Thank you. Built on SQL's trusted foundation of security, performance, and availability, the release redefines what's possible for enterprise data. SQL Server 2025 brings developer-first AI capabilities to the edge, such as vector indexing, smarter search through advanced semantic intelligence, and AI model management that enables seamless integration with Microsoft Foundry and Microsoft Fabric. Now, customer excitement and adoption of SQL Server 2025 has been massive. Over 10,000 organizations have tried the product in preview, and we already have over 100,000 databases already deployed. So to take a closer look at SQL Server 2025, let's invite Bob to show you a demo. Bob, come on stage. All right,
hey,
Bob, take it away.
SQL 25 is just sweet music to my ears, man. I just love it. Hey, did you know you can securely use AI with your data on the edge? Let's go look at an example of an application of how you might actually go do something like that. Let's assume Zava Healthcare has clinics on the edge. They want to promote standards of care 24/7, but with efficiency. They want to make sure their professionals treat their patients accurately, but customized to their symptoms, while ensuring security and scalability. Now, what they're going to do is turn to SQL 25 to do this. SQL 25 comes with key engine features, like optimized locking, which is going to ensure maximum application concurrency. There's a native JSON type and an index now to allow the application to source semi-structured documents directly in the database. Managed Instance Link gives them allow to connect to Azure to support managed bidirectional disaster recovery. And a GitHub Copilot built into Management Studio now, allowing developers and administrators to get quick diagnosis of query performance problems. Look, AI is built into the database itself. You can use a model definition to access popular embedding models directly on the edge. You'll store these embeddings in a native vector type. Use T-SQL to generate the embeddings. And then use a vector index to support semantic searching for your application. Now what you can do is build a stored procedure. This stored procedure can use the new vector search function to power that rich semantic searching for you. Well, you have where clauses already, so why not combine that with other types of criteria to power a true hybrid search? Now, I'll tell you, here's a stored procedure now that can be exposed by AI tools using that vector search, so abstract symptoms can promote standards of care. Well, security is paramount for Zava. Consider this: roles control access to AI models. Other roles control access to patient data. And did you know you can build a ledger inside SQL Server itself to support an immutable record of agentic AI operations? So I don't know if you know this or not, you can build an AI agent inside the engine itself. You can take those vector searches, patient vital information, you can combine that with like system and user prompts. You can then interact with popular deep thinking models directly on the edge, and then take the combination and use our new REST API support to come back and bring back that rich care plan. What does that care plan look like? It's a very structured JSON document that's been customized to the patient. That can be fed right back to the application. I think you can see Zava has what they need to securely use AI with their data on the edge itself. Well, hey, let's put the finishing touches on this. Did you know you can securely, easily mirror your data into Fabric, unleashing the power of one lake? Now you can go run very rich analytic queries to look, in this case for Zava, patient trends across all of their clinics. So even though the database is stored on the edge, they can access all their data integrated easily with Fabric mirroring and one lake. Arun, that is the story of SQL 25. People are going nuts over this today.
That is awesome, Bob. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now let's move on to past databases, which are also fully integrated into Fabric. And let's look at what's new. Cosmos DB is Microsoft's NoSQL database, and it continues to be the database of choice for the world's Gen AI workloads. It gives you massive horizontal scale, which means you can go from gigabytes to petabytes without breaking a sweat. You can ensure that your data is durable with RPO equals 0 guarantee, and you can separately provide 5 nines high availability with an RTO equals 0 guarantee. And this is all thanks to our geo-replication capabilities. Today, we're announcing major enhancements that make semantic search capabilities go even further for your AI applications. Our new DiskANN-powered vector search engine delivers high throughput and lower latency, so you can handle really large data sets, serve more queries, and scale RAG systems amongst many other scenarios. The scale, the reliability, and the performance is why Cosmos DB is powering our customers' most critical Gen AI applications and workloads, like OpenAI's ChatGPT, Adobe's Experience Manager, and Walmart's e-commerce website. I'm also excited to share the announcement of Azure Document DB, the first Azure managed service for multi-cloud and hybrid NoSQL deployments built on the open source MongoDB compatible standard. It runs consistently, not just in Azure, but also on-premises and AWS, giving you true flexibility. Now, Microsoft built Document DB, and we open sourced it, and we donated it to the Linux Foundation. It's AI-ready with vector search and hybrid search for smarter results, instant auto-scale to meet demand, and independent compute and storage scaling for efficiency. Security and availability are also just built in with Entra ID integration, customer-managed keys, 35-day backups, and 99.995% SLA. And we're also investing deeply in PostgreSQL. Now, PostgreSQL has become the backbone of modern data solutions thanks to its rich ecosystem, extensibility, and open source foundation. Now, we have more Postgres committers in Microsoft than in any other hyperscaler. So you know that when you have an issue and you call us, Microsoft has the expertise. We're also giving back to the Postgres community. If you look across the last 3 versions of Postgres, from 16 to 18, you'll find that among all the hyperscalers, Microsoft is #1 in terms of commits. And as a result of our deep investment in Postgres, we can get you the latest release literally the day it becomes available. Now, Azure Database for PostgreSQL is our in-market offering that has everything you need to migrate or modernize your PostgreSQL database. We offer 100% compatibility with the community version and support all the major versions with the power of Azure Managed Service Enterprise guarantees. And we are constantly enhancing our compute SKU to make sure you have industry-leading performance with open source flexibility. Now, Azure Databases for PostgreSQL is very widely used already by over 60% of the Fortune 500, including FedEx, Accenture, and BNY Mellon. But we're doing even more with Postgres. I'm excited to announce the preview of Azure Horizon DB for Postgres today. Now, this is the Thank you. Now, this is our Postgres-compatible cloud database that is built for performance and AI. It is built from the ground up with decoupled compute from storage, so you can scale each of them massively and independently. The architecture provides you industry-leading speed and latency guarantees. It can scale to your largest workloads in seconds to more than 3,000 vCores and is 3 times faster than open source Postgres for both transactions and vector search. It is lightning fast, and it keeps your applications really fast with built-in index tuning and plugs straight into Azure AI and analytics. We're also investing deeply in ensuring that every Postgres developer has a great experience when they build on VS Code. Today, I'm excited to announce the general availability of the VS Code extension for PostgreSQL. It has proven extremely popular with more than 250,000 installs in just a few months. If you're building on Postgres, check it out. It's a great option that accelerates your productivity and makes you really, really excited to build on VS Code with Postgres. Lastly, let's look at software as a service, where the database just runs natively in Fabric. I'm super excited to share that Fabric databases today are generally available. Thank you. In seconds, you can spin up both SQL and Cosmos DB for NoSQL. And from the start, operations are autonomous, secure, and fully managed. And what sets this apart is true platform convergence. In Fabric, databases, analytics, BI, and AI aren't just stitched together, they're really just built together. Data flows natively into OneLake, ready for analytics and AI, with vector and RAG capabilities fueling agentic applications. And yes, we will bring Horizon DB for PostgreSQL into Fabric as well. Please stay tuned. Now let's see Fabric databases come to life. Anna, over to you.
Thanks, Arun. Imagine you're browsing athletic apparel on Java Core Athletics, which is completely powered by a SQL database and Cosmos DB, which are both running in Microsoft Fabric. So I'm looking for some apparel. Now, instead of browsing through the catalog, I want to ask the built-in AI assistant. Now, instantly, I'm going to get tailored results and direct links to the product I might be looking for. This makes the shopping experience smooth and personal. All right, here's the best part. Every conversation is securely stored in a Cosmos DB in Fabric, building a rich history of customer interactions that gets smarter with every use. OK, so I need these shorts. But I'm not done. I want some more. So I go back to my assistant and ask to see if there's any matching pants. I'm going to ask a follow-up. Now, the assistant is going to instantly recommend pants which match what I'm looking for with another direct link. On the product landing page, AI-powered recommendations appear in the You May Also Like section, which is powered by machine learning models on data in OneLake. All right, so I want those pants. I'm going to add them to my cart and check out. Checkout's a snap. I just add my address, and with one click, I'm done. That transaction is instantly recorded in my Fabric SQL database. OK, let's take a look behind the scenes so you can see how this is really working. Here's a task flow that shows my entire solution running on Fabric. Our Fabric SQL database is powering all transactional data. The products, orders, customers are now securely stored, instantly queryable, and automatically flowing into OneLake. Our Cosmos DB keeps our global chat data highly available and responsive for those AI interactions. Because SQL Database and Cosmos DB are Fabric databases, all their data is already in OneLake, so it makes it really easy to create a unified lakehouse using shortcuts. Now, this is where we run our machine learning models for product recommendations and continuously train our AI assistant. Now, it doesn't stop there. Power BI lights up with instant dashboards, sales trends, and AI information, allowing our organization to gain insights almost immediately. So there you have it. From chat to checkout to actionable insights, everything is connected through Microsoft Fabric and OneLake, one platform with endless possibilities.
Thank you so much, Anna. I appreciate it. So you see how simple Fabric makes it to bring everything together and get you all the capabilities for your application, analytics, AI, machine learning, all in a single unified platform with all of your data in OneLake. Now, we talked about databases. Now, let's talk about the entirety of Fabric, and let's talk about how you can use it to power your AI agents. To do this, I'd like to walk us through a simple framework so that you can get your data estate ready for AI in 3 steps. First, unlock your data estate. Second, curate semantic knowledge. And third, empower AI agents. And let's take it one by one. Let's start with unifying the data estate. And this is exactly where what OneLake helps you accomplish. Now, we know that data lakes are incredibly important to you, but they're also messy and complicated because they're often nothing more than a set of storage accounts that are provisioned by developers. Now, all of us use OneDrive, we might use Dropbox, we might use Google Drive, and it's a really simple experience. So the question we asked ourselves is, what if data lakes could be as easy to use as OneDrive? And that's exactly why OneLake was born. With OneLake, you never need to manage storage accounts. OneLake automatically does that for you. You just decide where your data needs to live. In the US, in Europe, in Mexico, in Germany, you decide, and OneLake will take care of it. There's a built-in data catalog. There's built-in lineage. There's the built-in ability to create and certify different data products, and so much more. With OneLake, Fabric has completely moved away from proprietary data formats. With all of your data always in an open source data format, we support both Iceberg and Delta. But we also recognize that your data lives everywhere. In Azure, in AWS, in GCP, on-prem, and many other systems, which is why OneLake also acts as a data virtualization platform. You can simply create shortcuts or mirror your data without complex ETL projects or data movement at zero cost to you. Today, we're excited to announce that we're adding Oracle, Google BigQuery, SharePoint, and SAP DataSphere as new sources into Fabric, all with zero ETL, so you can take advantage of this data already in OneLake. Okay. Now, with the data in OneLake, the data works pretty much everywhere across the Microsoft data estate and beyond. Once your data is either in OneLake or connected to it through virtualization, your data becomes easily discoverable in all the applications that your teams use every day, like Power BI, Teams, Excel, Copilot Studio, and Microsoft Foundry. That's because the OneLake data catalog and OneLake permissions are natively integrated into all of these products. And your permissions automatically flow so that your users can only see the data that they're supposed to see. But your data is not just available to the Microsoft applications. We're increasingly integrating the OneLake catalog and OneLake into dozens of partner solutions outside of Microsoft. Products like ClickHouse, Dremio, Confluent, Eon, and so much more. And today I'm excited to announce that we're deepening our interoperability with 3 specific partners. Now let's start with Snowflake, where our collaboration continues to grow. We're introducing a native Snowflake database into OneLake, along with a new UI in Snowflake as OneLake becomes a storage foundation for your Snowflake data. In addition, all your data in OneLake can be queried by Snowflake, so you have full bidirectional interoperability. Both Microsoft and Snowflake are intensely focused on your success, so when you choose to use our products together, we want to ensure that they work really well. We're also deepening our partnership with Databricks. Now, we already support the ability to mirror your Databricks Unity catalog into OneLake, so Fabric can reason across all your Databricks managed data without any copying. Now, we're extending the partnership, and by end of 2025, this calendar year, Databricks will preview the ability to natively read all of the data in OneLake, and a few months later, Databricks will also support the ability to write natively in OneLake, so you'll soon have full bidirectional interoperability between Fabric and Databricks as well. Thank you. And lastly, one of the areas that you've been most waiting for is we're deepening our interoperability with SAP. Okay. Ooh, all right. Today, I'm excited to announce that we'll have SAP Business Data Cloud Connect for Microsoft Fabric, enabling bidirectional zero-copy data sharing between SAP BDC and Fabric. And the result is really simple. You can unify your SAP and non-SAP data in a single foundation for advanced analytics and AI without the overhead of traditional ETL. Now, let's see OneLake in action. Patrick, come on over.
How's it going?
Thanks, Patrick.
Good
Come on
to see
over.
you.
Good to see you.
So let's pretend we're back in the keynote, and I am the data architect at Zava. And what I want to show you is how we use OneLake to centralize our data. So take a look at the task flow. It's a beautiful task flow I've used, and I've mirrored data from all these places in and outside of Fabric. I have a SQL database that I've mirrored. If I click the Unify and Model option, you'll see all this data has been loaded directly into my lakehouse. And what I've done is I haven't written a single line of code, okay? Because I'm not lazy. I'm just really, really efficient in the things that I do at work. And so let me take you on a little tour of the things that I have here. So I have shortcuts to BigQuery. I have shortcuts to Databricks. I have shortcuts to Snowflake. I even have a shortcut to a SharePoint. Like Arun said, we're announcing today that you can create shortcuts to SharePoint and OneDrive. And so we're not moving any data, we're not copying any data, it's just seamless access to this data, and it's all in one place. And so my team, we always have more data, right? We manage the products, and I can use pipelines to wrangle this data. I can use data flows to wrangle this data. It just works, right? It works right out of the box. Or I can write some code and create a notebook, but again, that's not efficient. I'm gonna create a shortcut directly to SharePoint. And when I create this shortcut, I'm gonna either use an existing connection or create a new connection. And it's like I'm browsing my document library. So when I choose it, you'll see all the files that's there, and when I click next, the shortcut will recognize that these are CSV files, and it automatically converts this from a CSV file to a managed table. Look, I have nothing up my sleeves. It's just doing this. It's like magic, right? And so you give it a name, you click create, and in just a minute, that data's gonna appear in my OneLake for me. And you see there's my 174 rows, but with my keen eyes, I recognize there's a problem with this data. So I call someone up and say, fix this data. My team's already hard at work uploading more data to SharePoint. Once that data is, uploading data to our SharePoint directory, and once that data is uploaded, I'll switch back to Fabric, do a quick refresh of the view, and you'll automatically see that data is updated, but not only is the data updated, those rows, that data that was incorrect, it's all fixed, right? It's all fixed, right? Adam fixed that for me back there just a few minutes ago. So now the data is fixed, but this is where the magic begins. This is where things become really remarkable to me. And so when I switch over to my SQL Analytics endpoint, you see all the tables. You see all the tables that are available. And I could have written a simple select statement, but I decided to write a really complicated query to push the limits of this thing. I created a common table expression with aggregations and rankings. And when I run this query, what you're gonna see is cross-cloud data unified in OneLake in just a few seconds. Arun, what we've done is we've taken it depends and we made it it's done, right? That's OneLake, that's Fabric. Back to you.
Awesome.
Arun.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Appreciate it. Great. So with your data unified in OneLake, let's talk about how you can curate semantic knowledge. This is really important to infuse your data with that semantic meaning, with your business context, because for AI, context is everything. Well, what are semantic models, and why are they important? Semantic models are expertly curated repositories of your business data and your corporate metrics, so they infuse your data with business context. Now, when you have a semantic model, LLMs can get very good at reasoning over the data. So the whole industry is now rushing towards semantic models. At Microsoft, we've been investing in semantic models for more than a decade. We have the most advanced semantic models in the industry, and they can reason across your entire data estate. As a result, the semantic models in Fabric are already the most widely adopted in the industry. Today, they're used by over 35 million business users every single month. We have over 20 million semantic models that are currently running in Fabric. And these are the models that your developers built for Power BI. They cover your data coming from everywhere, and they have your business logic that's already incorporated in them, so they know how to calculate your business metrics, and they already incorporate your security permissions for your business users. Now, as helpful as semantic models are, today they're primarily useful for your BI and analytics use cases. And we saw an opportunity to take semantic models to the next level. And I'm really excited to announce the preview of Fabric IQ, which extends your semantic models beyond analytics into operational use cases. Well, what is Fabric IQ? It is a new workload in Fabric and is designed to map your data to the real-world entities that they represent, creating a shared semantic structure on top of your data. And it enables AI agents in Microsoft Foundry and Fabric to make decisions that you trust. With Fabric IQ, you can upgrade any of your existing semantic models that were built for BI use cases into a full ontology, moving it into the world of operations. With the ontology, you can now bring together analytics, time series, geospatial data with a graph database that is organized around the way your business actually works. You can define the rules in your ontology about what you're trying to accomplish and the actions that you want taken when specific conditions are met. This way, it enables AI agents in Microsoft Foundry and Fabric to make decisions that you can trust. Now let's invite Adam to show you a demo. Adam, come on over. All right, take it away.
All right. Let's get into this demo. All the IQs is going to make me smarter. I can feel it. So let's get into this. Imagine that you're tasked with creating a new, or you need to figure out where a new pop-up store is for Zava. So what would you do? You go to a report, maybe you throw Copilot on it, you do an agent. The results, not that good. Right? So AI needs an understanding of the data and what it means and how it relates. With Fabric IQ, I can model the language of my business, defining entities and connect them across all my business data in one lake. This includes analytical data, operational, geospatial, and real-time data. With one click in my Power BI semantic model, I can curate an ontology, bringing everything together to create core business entities. Now I have a unified view of my business, and I can link in our operational data. I bring in real-time inventory, right? So this is going to be across our products, including on-hand and in-transit units. I can also add geospatial context to locate real-time demand signals, stores, routes, and shipments in the physical world. This is amazing. With one view, I can explore the entire centric information. And fast forward, after I've finished enriching my ontology, I have a far richer live context about our operations, shipment status, and other details, including reports and revenue and financials. We can also add logic and rules to alert people when it matters for planning in order to take action and leverage agents to help run and automate business decisions. We can query from a graph view also and see how products are fulfilled through specific productions. We can even trace the shipments, and we can see that we're experiencing delays in our store inventory. Using the new geospatial capabilities in Fabric, I can check the real-time information and figure out the delay and spot emerging opportunities. I can see that East Coast locations are impacted. And overlaying the real-time demand, I can see city pop up as strong candidates for a new store. Amazing. With all of this in place, now I'm ready to leverage this in an agent in Microsoft Foundry, giving my agent full business context to explore the best locations. My agent's now ready to understand which markets has the highest demand and impact of delays, and also factors in real-time on-hand business inventory. So we've got this. It gives us not only a list of cities to target, but which products to prioritize. And we can see that Boston is the new city we should take action on. Similar to what semantic models did for business intelligence, Fabric IQ is doing for AI, making results consistent, accurate, and transparent. From unified data to unified intelligence, this is IQ in Microsoft Fabric, and it's amazing. Arun, what do you think?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam.
All right.
And it's available today in today in preview, so you guys can all check it out. Now, Fabric IQ is also part of something larger from Microsoft, a new intelligence layer. One that knows how your company works, understands your business logic, and take actions in the real world. It's made out of 3 connected planes. Work IQ, that brings in all your context and information and relationships that you already have in Office. Fabric IQ, which brings in context from your enterprise data. And Foundry IQ, which brings in context from the world at large, as well as your knowledge repositories. And this helps agents not just sit on top of systems, but it helps them see across silos, reason through context, and act on behalf of people. So this takes us to the third part of the framework, which is how you can empower AI agents. As organizations scale their AI initiatives, the ability to connect intelligent agents with enterprise-grade data is becoming a crucial differentiator. Fabric is making this possible with a set of integrated AI experiences that are just built in. The first is what every business user is asking you for after they've used ChatGPT, which is the ability to be able to just chat with your business data at work. And this is hard to do well, because to put data in front of business users, it needs to be exactly right. You cannot hallucinate, you cannot make things up, because otherwise business users will make decisions based on that data, on the wrong data, and then they will lose trust. And this is exactly what's available in Power BI today. And because it uses your existing semantic models, we guarantee that the results for your business users will exactly match what they can see in Power BI, and the permissions models exactly matches, so there's no need to rebuild your semantic layer in yet another platform. With Fabric Data Agents, you can enable business users and analysts to do more complex analysis. And you can think about a data agent as almost like a virtual business analyst. You build data agents by making it an expert on a specific data domain, like your customer data or your finance data, similar in some ways to how you train a human analyst. Data agents can now reason over both structured and unstructured data thanks to an integration with Azure AI Search. And operations agents are brand new, and they take advantage of Fabric IQ. They act as virtual team members, continuously monitoring your data, proactively identifying issues, and taking corrective action either autonomously or with human approval. And each of these agents offer a secure and governed environment that is natively built into Fabric. And all of them can be composed with Microsoft Foundry, Microsoft Copilot Studio, and Microsoft 365 Copilot. I'd like to invite Carleen on stage to show you these agents in action. Carleen, welcome. Thank you.
All right, so for this demo, I'm going to step into the role of Pacific Regional Manager at Zava Bikes. Like any new leader, I want to understand what the performance is of my team. So I could spend hours sifting through reports and dashboards, or I can let Copilot do the heavy lifting for me. So in this case, I am just going to give it this really easy prompt, which is, I'm the new Pacific Regional Manager for bike sales. Can you show me the year-to-date revenue by region? Now, Copilot immediately searches all reports, all semantic models, and is going to return this beautiful visual and textual representation of the data. Now, I can see the Pacific region is tracking behind. That's exactly why I was brought on. So I'm going to ask for a little bit more detail to try and understand which categories across which region are struggling. So this time, Copilot is going to return a matrix, verified answers that I can trust. And the good thing is, it's all interactive, so from within this view, I can immediately drill down and understand which categories are the ones that are suffering. But I want more detail. I want to go beyond semantic models, beyond Power BI reports. I want to use Fabric Data Agents to really scrub the entire data estate. So in this case, I'm going to ask the agent that I've connected to my Copilot to go and get me a little bit more detail on these categories that are lagging. The agent is going to respond with a very detailed answer and highlight that mountain bikes and electric bikes are the ones that are causing the decline, and is actually going to give me a couple of reasons behind this decline. Now, I want to have more recent context, so I'm going to ask for kind of a refresh of the last 7 days to really understand what's happening. And just as I suspected, 0% on-time delays across the board, so we have an issue here. Now, let's turn to action. So for that, I reach out to my agent team at Zava, and I ask them to create an operations agent. Unlike analytical agents, this one is going to do more than just surface insight. It's actually going to take action. Just like onboarding a teammate, I'm setting up a clear business goal. I want the agent to respond to critical supplier delays that impact my sales. I'm going to give it a set of instructions so it understands how to track delivery supply and how it keeps track of inventory. I'll connect it to my data sources. And then last but not least, I'm going to empower the agent with a set of tasks and capabilities that it can take on behalf of me. AI at work here, it creates this beautiful playbook. It infers all of the business goals. It creates the instructions. And even better, it creates automatic rules. So in this case, if the supplier delivery delays exceed 10 days, the operations agent is automatically going to send a message to my operations agent app in Teams. And so as we switch over, you see that message was sent. And from here on out, I can trigger all of the tasks automatically just to make sure that I can take corrective actions as needed, so to avoid impact on my revenue. So Arun, just in a couple of minutes, I was able to run a deep root cause analysis using Power BI Copilot and Fabric Data Agent, and then revert to Operations Agent to put that magic in action and in real time make the magic happen.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Carleen.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Arun.
it. So as you saw with Fabric, we're redefining what it means to have an AI-powered data estate. With data agents, Copilot in Power BI, and operations agents in Fabric IQ, it is now woven into the places that you work every single day. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear directly from one of our customers. EY is one of the big 4 professional services firms in the world. Today, I'm really grateful to have Michael Porter, partner at EY and Global Assurance Analytics Leader, to share more about EY's journey with Fabric. Michael, great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. Michael, can you tell us a little bit more about EY and some of the challenges that you were trying to solve?
Yeah, and first of all, amazing features that are coming out, so very much to look forward to using those. So let's talk about EY Scale for a second, because that's probably our largest challenge. So overall, we have 4 separate service lines, but if you just look at assurance, we have approximately 125,000 employees. We operate in over 150 different countries, and we have more than 100,000 clients, right? So when we're looking at our overall data estate, what we're receiving from our clients on an annual basis is we get about 500,000 data sets. Those come from over 450 different source systems. They come in different sizes, types, formats, et cetera, et cetera. And overall, last year, we processed over 1.1 trillion records into our platform, and that was all powered by Microsoft technology, right? And so the core to us in terms of our overall tech is being able to have global reusability and common infrastructure. Our largest issues are really scale, concurrency, and compute, as you can imagine, based upon the scale I just described. And all of this together is why we've been the largest Power BI customer over the past couple of years.
Awesome. No, thank you so much, Michael. This is a really, really exciting journey. Can you tell us, why did you pick Fabric?
Yeah, I mean, the first one is, as you can imagine, based upon the scale that I just mentioned, is our complexity is vast, and we needed a partner that could actually meet our scale and our requirements. So thank you, Arun and team. You guys have been partnering with us for the past 5 years. So if you think about why Fabric specifically, we need consistent licensing and a single data estate globally in order to do what we need to do. Some of you may be wondering, when you look at the actual Fabric SKUs, why are some of them so big? Why do you need that much? I need all of those. And actually, I'm going to be asking you for substantially more in the future. And so really, we need large amounts of shared infrastructure that needs to be deployed globally. The next one is really the semantic modeling capabilities. If you look at our kind of flagship asset in EY Helix, we have over 8 different languages that are supported. We have over 200 tables, over 6,500 measures, 20 different calc groups, 50 field parameters, 50 paginated reports that are all integrated into a single integrated asset. The largest data set that we have in memory is about 3.5 billion records, and utilizing Fabric and the underlying compute, we're able to get queries back in sub-second speed. So when you ask why Fabric, it is because of all of those requirements that we have, and really that's only possible with Microsoft's technology. The next is that we need pro dev and low code capabilities, because my users all throughout the world need an enterprise top-down approach, but they also need the ability to kind of customize and configure at an individual level. And all of this right now is being able to be handled with Microsoft Fabric.
Oh, that's massive scale. Really, really excited. Now, I know AI is a big part of EY's journey. So how are you using some of the AI capabilities in Fabric?
Yeah, AI for us is not just the next frontier. It's at the forefront of our whole strategy going forward, as I'm sure it is for a lot of you guys in the crowd, right? We've been partnering with Microsoft for the past couple of years, specifically on data agents, chat with your data capabilities. But really what we're trying to do is find the appropriate intersection of AI, analytics, and automation within our supply chain. And for that, we're really looking at the combination of Copilot, Foundry, and Fabric all at the same time. Really what we're most excited about in terms of this is the semantic model to us is kind of our crown jewel in terms of what enables all of our analysis. And so being able to integrate AI directly into that is a massive asset for us. And we're calling that kind of bottoms-up AI overall.
That's awesome. It's so exciting to see everything you've accomplished. What's coming next?
So as you can imagine, we operate in a very highly regulated industry. So I just have simple asks for you, such as 100% accuracy with AI. It needs to be highly portable from client to client. It also needs to be cost effective. So we've actually been partnering behind the scenes on some very exciting features that will be coming out over the next 6 to 12 months, where we're actually working on a multi-agent framework that combines EY Helix, Foundry, Copilot, and Power BI all at the same time, so that we can bring in external knowledge sources that are pertinent to our industry, also do autonomous asynchronous analysis without a human actually being involved in it, and also do multi-page analysis with Power BI. And all of these things together will just enhance our overall analysis capabilities.
Awesome. Last question for you, Michael. Can you give us a little bit of a peek behind the curtain? What advice would you share with others who are going on their own AI journey?
Yeah, I think that the key for me is that data is going to continue to be at the core of all company strategies. The fuel, as you like to refer to it, Arun, right? And so specifically with the addition of transformation and AI, data is becoming more important than ever to companies. And really bringing that all together in a cohesive platform under one kind of data platform approach is going to be key to everyone's strategies going forward. So I would just encourage everyone to think about their data estate and their data strategy as a journey of continuous innovation as compared to thinking about it as a finish line that you're trying to reach. So Arun, as you know, Microsoft's not going to stop innovating, and neither are we from EY.
Thank you so much, Michael. Really appreciate you joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So Microsoft Fabric is a massive investment for Microsoft. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of engineers working on it. We're also innovating at a really rapid pace. So you get a new release of Microsoft Fabric every single week. And a lot of our innovation is shaped by your feedback. Before I close, I wanted to invite you to join us at Atlanta for FabCon in the US, and we're also excited to introduce SQLCon. It's a great opportunity to dive deep into Fabric, deep into SQL, meet with a lot of the engineers, product managers, and architects right there, and meet with thousands of other customers so you can learn from them, they can learn from you. So please do take a moment to register for FabCon or SQLCon. Thank you so much for joining us here. Enjoy Ignite. Really appreciate your time.